Hello, friends, family, and Northport community. My name is Adam Silverstein, and I am the secretary of the class of 2016. I'd like to start off by saying a huge congratulations to the Northport High School graduating class of 2016. We made it, guys. I am extremely proud of each and every one of you. Since this is our final day all together as a class, I would like to leave you guys off with a few words. First of all, you may be wondering why I am giving a speech. After all, I am not the class valedictorian or salutatorian. However, I feel that every student of Northport High School deserves to have their voice heard equally, and just because a student is not top ranking in their class does not mean that their points of view are any less insightful than those who do get the highest grades. Furthermore, a student who is not in the top percentile of his or her class may be even more likely to offer interesting perspectives on the high school experience and on the world. For these reasons, it is my goal to break tradition a little bit and establish a precedent of allowing different kinds of students to speak at graduation ceremonies in addition to the valedictorian and salutatorian. However, I digress. So, you might be wondering, why am I, in particular, one of the best fit students of the class of 2016 to give this speech? Truth be told, I'm positive that any one of you could stand up here and deliver an excellent speech if you had the opportunity. I don't think most of you would be thrilled to sit here and listen to 532 different speeches though. But on a serious note, I feel that I am fit to do this because I have had a wide variety of experiences throughout my 4 years at Northport High School, and I have undergone a significant amount of growth and development, both physically and psychologically, in that time. I would like to offer all of you a look into my world so that I may share those experiences with all of you and allow you to always carry a little piece of me inside of you in this way. I first started high school as an unassuming freshman. I was perfectly content with hanging out with my few close friends and watching TV and playing video games in my spare time. I didn't really feel the need to branch out into other social circles or to get to know that many more people. Rather, I was mostly comfortable with just sticking to myself and doing what I like to do. However, that feeling did not last long. By the time I got to sophomore year, I had begun to feel the social pressure that is basically inescapable for any high school student. I had never before had the desire to be part of a big friend group, but now that I did, it seemed like it was too late for me to try to fit into one. I knew that people cared about me and liked me as a friend, but not to the point of welcoming me into their inner circles. As a result of this, I began to feel very lonely and left out. I saw how most of my other friends were having the time of their lives hanging out in their respective groups, and I just wanted to be a part of it all. Although I knew that none of them meant to hurt me, this knowledge could not cure me of the pain that I felt most days due to the loneliness. All I wanted was to feel accepted and that I belonged and fit in. But then, when I felt like I was nearing my lowest point, my life changed forever. In the middle of my sophomore year, I was introduced to the Challenge Day program at Northport High School. Through its transformational and empowering workshops and activities, this event taught me that I'm never alone, and that so many of my peers are feeling the same way right alongside me every day. But most importantly, I learned that I had the power within myself to make the change that I needed to my life and to the world. My hope was renewed and I had finally found the light in the dark. Then, my mission became clear, to spread my love throughout Northport High School as much as possible and give it freely to everyone I meet. For everyone, whether they feel like it or not, can use more love in their life. Throughout the rest of my high school career, I devoted myself to doing everything I could to make Northport High School the most safe, loving, and accepting environment that it could be. I made sure to go out of my way to talk to everyone, get to know as many people as possible, help them with their problems, and promote kindness and empathy in all that I did. In addition, I felt the motivation to do as much service to my school as possible in other ways, such as joining clubs to help make a positive difference and sharing my talents and skills with my school and community. In my senior year, I even started my own club that has a goal of spreading positivity and kindness throughout the whole school and the world. However, no matter how many people I got to know or how many clubs I joined, I still could not cure the pain that came from feeling like I don't belong or fit into any specific group of friends. This pain would torment me often, and it was something that was very hard for me to cope with. Deep down, I knew it was completely irrational, but a lot of the time I really did feel like no one was there for me and that I had no one to turn to with my problems. But eventually, I realized the one thing that I was missing. I needed to learn to love myself the way I love everyone else. My perfectionist nature made it common for me to beat myself up over little things if I felt that I had made any mistake, even the smallest one. However, by overcoming this and practicing self-love, I was able to finally feel the love that everyone else was sending to me. I then finally found the sense of inner peace that I had been searching for so long. I then vowed to make it my lifelong mission to spread that feeling of love, peace, and acceptance throughout the whole world. So now you guys know my story, and the hour of graduation is upon us. This is our last day all together as a class before we each go our separate ways. I promise you all that I will never forget a single one of you, and that each of you will always hold a very special place in my heart. I just want you all to remember me as well. I'm sure you will remember me as the guy who always talked about SpongeBob and did the Go Meatball dance if nothing else. But I want you to think of something else too when you think of me. I want you to think of the messages I stand for. I want you to always remember the way I try to do everything I can to spread my love and kindness, and try to do that in your own life too. As you move forward throughout your life, I want you to try to get to know the other people around you, even if their differences make you a bit apprehensive. You might just make your next best friend by simply starting a conversation with the person riding next to you on the bus. Expand your social circles, branch out, and get to know all different types of people before you judge them. And remember, a little bit of kindness goes a long way. A simple kind word, a smile, or a hug can completely change someone's day or even their whole life for the better. We all have the power to be kind, so why not use it? Speaking of power, each and every one of you is far more powerful than you even know. As you go through life, you will face adversity and you will run into hardships. However, I promise you that you are strong enough to conquer anything life has to throw at you, and that you will come out victorious. Don't back down, and don't be scared to live your life to the fullest. Trust me, there's no worse feeling than the feeling of regretting not taking an opportunity that you missed. Most importantly, remember to love yourself. Give yourself all the love and compassion you need first before you attempt to give it to others. The more you love yourself, the more love you'll be able to give to others, and the more love you will be able to receive from others as well. So that's my advice to you guys. And if my story has reached even a few of you and inspired you to change your lives and the world for the better, then I know that all of my emotional pain and suffering has been completely worth it. I will go throughout my life sharing my story and acting as a living example of a conqueror of pain and darkness, hopefully inspiring others who are experiencing it to keep rising up themselves. And I know that all of the rest of you will be doing equally amazing things in your own ways. This may be it for Northport High School's class of 2016, but this is not goodbye. This school has bonded us all together as a family, and no matter how far apart we get from each other, we will always be together in spirit. I will always be here for each and every one of you, and I encourage you to reach out to me at any time, whether you need help with something or a friend to talk to, or just want to say hi. I am so incredibly proud of each and every one of you guys, and I know that you'll all have the brightest of futures ahead of you. Remember that you can do anything you set your mind to. I sincerely thank each and every one of you for helping to make my high school experience what it was. I love you all beyond words. That said, it's time for us all to get out there and change the world. I am so excited to see all the wonderful things that each one of you will accomplish. Enjoy your summer, live it to the fullest, and make the most of every moment. I'll leave you up with a quote from none other than SpongeBob, of course, that I just have to use one last time before I graduate. Everybody say it with me now. Have the best day ever. Thank you, Northport Class of 2016. Love you.